I really did come to a standstill in my day-to-day routine. You may have heard in a previous video that I injured my back, and I know it may not look like it, but I've got some nice support here behind me. Um, and I've also been doing a lot of stretches and yoga to help relieve the pain. And I don't really have a reason for why I'm experiencing this pain. So I did go to physio, I went to the doctor, I even had x rays done. Like, I was so concerned that the pain was like radiating from the bottom of my back all the way to the top, and it was even radiating down my arm and my leg. And so it was getting scary. And so that's why I decided to get x-rays done. And good news, the x-rays came back as normal, but I got frustrated because I was like, I need a reason, damn it. I need an explanation for why I'm going through this pain. Um, but it has really slowed me down with just the way that I move around my home and the way that I move around going to places. Like, it's not that comfortable for me to drive. I have to keep my traveling really short and maybe not even travel at all, um, just to help relieve the pain. It is difficult for me to stand. It is difficult for me to sit. It's I'm only okay when I'm laying flat on my back. And there's so little that I can do when I'm lying on my back. Like, apart from sleeping, I've been reading books. So I have found a way to like hold a physical copy of a book with my arms resting on the bed, and my wrists do end up hurting from holding it up. And then I have also started listening to audiobooks again. That was something that was trending for me back when I was working full time and having to travel to work. It was very like convenient and enjoyable for me to listen to audiobooks while I was traveling and coming back. And I had not listened to audiobooks in such a long time, but I've been doing that now because it's just easier when I'm having to lay down to rest. And it's been so uncomfortable to like have lived your life in a certain way, to have been used to doing things like bending down to play with my cat hurts. It's such a first world problem, but like every little bit of movement uh, is challenging for me. And so I've been spending more time just being still, like literally, as the card said, I've just been still, mostly lying down. And if any of you know what tends to happen when you lay down and do nothing, all the stuff from inside, the stuff that you have been shutting yourself off to, the stuff that you've just been suppressing over the years, especially, those things start to slowly or quickly rise to the surface. And what ended up happening this month, so as difficult as it has been the greatest blessing, because what it revealed to me was a limiting belief that had been festering for countless years. I actually I haven't done the reflection to think back to exactly when, what moment in time this belief had begun building. But basically, I was holding the belief that I am not good enough. And it has to do with my relationship with certain people, because of me not being accepted, not being understood, not being supported, not being celebrated, not being cherished. All the things that I wish to give to other people. I've had some, I've had some hard years and hard experiences of not receiving that from the people that I really wished that I could have. And so it's been very difficult to sit with, especially because I can't do anything else. Like, it's so easy to keep busy and to like be doing things, keeping your mind occupied, to not lose yourself in these difficult thoughts that come up. So it's been so hard to having to be laying down because I need to rest, and having all of these things surface and have to like confront it because it's there. It didn't just knock on the door, it like broke the door down, and it's like, I'm here. You gotta deal with me now. So what I decided to do, because I had this realization of I really care about certain people, and even though they don't get me, I don't want that to be the end. Of course, it's not up to me. It absolutely does require the other party to be willing to work with you to some degree. But I've decided to try to reach out to them. And so the best way that I've decided to make this happen, or to at least initiate, is to write a letter. Because I recently discovered, by receiving a tarot reading from one of the most brilliant spiritual teachers and card readers. Her name is Victoria Maxwell, or she goes by Vix Maxwell. She offers intuitive readings, and I know that I am an intuitive reader and I can do readings for myself, but really we are here to be supported by people in this world. We're not here to only be dependent and to do things on our own. And I even believe that some messages will just not come through to you because you are meant to allow yourself to be held and supported by other people. And I love receiving card readings for myself. So I had a reading done by her recently, and I learned that writing is actually one of my strongest forms of communication. And it's how I can most connect with people. And as you have seen earlier, I also get really emotional. And like this has been me keeping myself together. Usually I'm not able to compose myself, especially when it comes to confronting people about things that have been difficult in the relationship, and about things that have made me feel really hurt and abandoned. I usually cannot even get through that conversation because the tears are the tears are taking up all the space. So I decided that I would give writing a letter a shot. Even though it's like new territory for me to write this letter and to reach out and have no idea whether it's going to be received well, the guidance is it's okay to be misunderstood. Like, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to move in the world, how you choose to show up for yourself, and how you choose to show up for others, irrespective of how they show up for you. The way in which people treat you should not take away from who you want to be. I know it's easier said than done, but if we allow ourselves to be swayed and to be influenced by other people, then we're giving all our power away to them. and we should stand strong and firm in who we are, even if we are not understood or supported or celebrated. We can give that to ourselves and know that we did our best. We never have to question, could I have done more?